think of a local brand that comes first into your mind when we talk about menswear. And we have the proud owner of that very famous brand joining us today. So let's connect with the introduction as we welcome our guest.
The name spells legend in the men's fashion industry. Few can stand beside the icon of a man who is on par with the leading clothing designers in the region. His vast knowledge and experience in menswear spans over 2 decades. He has raised the bar of men's fashion in Sri Lanka and beyond. His unique journey emphasizes on converting men into real men. This has been his core philosophy that has driven to 4 unique brands. Envoy, Sri Lanka's top premium brand. Le Bond, Sri Lanka's top master brand. Signature, Sri Lanka's top national brand. And the FH brand, one-of-a-kind designer wear. Mr. Hameed is a US certified menswear image consultant, is a much sought-after speaker and designer globally. His clientele comprises of elite individuals which include top cricketers, local and international, top business personnel, diplomats, VIPs and film stars from Sri Lanka and overseas. And that's not all. Mr. Hameed has been relentlessly involved in social activities and charities. He has always been on the forefront of providing and contributing to society. He has launched the FH Academy, which is Sri Lanka's sole men's grooming academy with the purpose of training and developing young designers in the country. Some of his notable charity contributions come in the form of his own foundation called the My Friend Foundation, which aims to improve the lives of children of underprivileged schools. He has also founded the We Are Family Foundation, which aims at empowering and uplifting differently abled people. Furthermore, his company Hameedia often takes part in CSR initiatives regularly, reiterating his stance on making significant contributions to society both personally and commercially. Such is the stature of the man who is eager to revolutionize both fashion and goodwill.
All right, and he is Mr. Fouzul Hameed, Managing Director of Hameedias. A very good evening to you.
Good evening to you.
Right, Hameedias was formed over 70 years ago. So can we first start our conversation by talking a little bit about the history of the company and how this company was formed?
Actually, the name Hameedia started in 1925 by my grand uncle. Then my father took over in 1949. So from 49 to now is almost like 70 years. And but we are actually 4th generation, but now from my father to me is 3rd generation. Just now my daughter got involved, my brother's son got involved. So we are in the 3rd generation.
All right, and your portfolio has 4 of its own brands and they are doing quite well in the market. So what are the market segments that you have approached and what are the market segments that you focus each of these brands?
Yes, we've got 4 brands. So it took so many years to build these 4 brands. I started with a brand called Le Bond, which at that time the country needed a brand for man who is looking for quality, who wants something power towards European look and the feel. Le Bond was like my real favorite brand, which I started when the country was really struggling. The men were not buying clothes. Men were like, you know, I see the shirt, I see the pants, I know these are overused. Right. So I want to bring the Le Bond for that. So Le Bond is my favorite brand. Then I created, then everybody wanted my brand from others, like other stores they wanted, but I could give them. I want to keep Le Bond exclusive to Hameedias. But then I created a brand called Signature for the mass market, which is more parallel to Le Bond. So Signature is for the mass market. Then after doing that, I want to go for a premium one. I started from doing the middle mass. Then I went for premium, the brand called Envoy. Now Envoy now it is registered in Europe, especially it's a British now. It has become British because it's overall look and feel everything for England, and we are working from England to take the brand towards the world. Then I want to make the fashion brand, so I brought my name in like FH, and so I'm like Fouzul Hameed. I just got my initial because certain people can't pronounce my name, certain countries. I thought make it FH. and now that's the fashion brand. So all 4 brands have story. There is an annual London website. It has everything to become British now. The Mr. England are the brand ambassadors. They are the brand ambassadors who are promoting the brand. So last 3 years we have worked with Mr. England, the contest, and we are working as official clothier over there. So it's a big thing for us, and going is good.
Right, so you have basically approached all market segments in the country, and we also understand that you are not only present locally, but also you've expanded into the international market. So can you talk a little bit about your global presence?
Yes, we are in Australia, we are in Mali, we are in Seychelles, we are in UK bit, and so I think we will go more online. We felt that we should penetrate the world with online, so that will be launched probably next month. That will be the key. The future is going to be online, so we want to get into the Envoy as online platform to go around the world. It has a total solution. Why we go to online? We can handle any man, any size. We do made to measure, bespoke, and we have the ceremonial, the wedding wear, the casual wear, the smart casual, sports. We have got total things. I think the formal wear. So I think this brand is ideal for the man who looking for quality and who wants the style, the fashion. I think this brand is going to do well.
Great, and you also mentioned that you are also present in the UK. So selling British attire to Britain is like taking coal to Newcastle. And can we please hear from you the response that you have in the UK market?
See, now we became the official clothier for Mr. England, so that's itself an achievement for us. Right. In England, you have so many brands, and we felt how it came in. So that is because they saw our work and the quality of work, especially when you handle the 20 contestants, all 20 looks different, the physics, the height. We had the solution for that.
Right. Also, business heads pay a lot of attention to their customers and their customer satisfaction. But to get to that point, you got to satisfy internal customers first. So how do you satisfy your internal customers?
Yes, I think
your staff.
Yeah. See, staff are the actually backbone of any organization. When you grow, okay, when I started, we had about 5-6 people. Now we have almost 1,500, and we are growing again. We are opening up 2 more factories. So for anything, I would say, for any organization to expand, it's the staff. So without them, I don't think anyone can go further, right? And now with the competition, you need right people. So for me, I would say the backbone is my team, who are behind the entire the operation and entire if you look at when you run an organization, it's not only just sewing, right? It's finance, account, marketing, HR, security. It's a huge game. So I think for us, our success, I would definitely give credit to the staff who are behind the entire operation.
Great, and Sri Lanka is also very well known for its garment exports, and the Made in Sri Lanka brand is there across the globe, but we do not see many local brands being developed like that. Why is that?
See, I would say when I started, I saw in the late 80s, mid 80s, over 1,000 factories around, garment factories. But now I would say 50% of them are closed because they couldn't face the competition which came from like countries like Bangladesh, like India. And I would say there wasn't much support for local brand. Okay. Now, if you look at people like mass industries, brand days, Hydra Money, these people came from the local brand. They were 20 years, 25, 30 years ago. They were in the local market. They were doing that, and then they developed themselves, and they are today becoming huge. Now, I would say the government too had not focused and developed local brand. But now there is something happening, little happening. But then I yet feel there is a huge gap. Because see, we started with 1 store, we started with 5 machines. So then it took some time, and we were never guided. We never got any opportunities. So I think if you guide anybody with right guidance, definitely anyone can reach.
Right, and over the years we have seen fashion industry evolving, and as a person who has been there in this industry for decades, how do you see this industry evolving from what it was to what it is today?
Yes, it's a big change for last 10 years after we got the peace. I think people are moving around, enjoying, people are wearing clothes. There are a lot of change in the market due to the, especially online, due to the social media, people see the magazines, you get a lot of activities. Today people can Google and see any brand you want. So people are more knowledgeable than those days, and you get a lot of new brands are coming in, interesting brands are coming in. So people are more aware than when I got involved. If you look at 10, 20 years ago, making money was quite easy. I mean, there was less competition, but now it's competition. For me, competition is good. More competition, we improve. So we should take very positive. I think things are going to be hard for everyone, and I think so we have to work hard to improve, and we have to take challenges and improve ourselves. Like the mobile phone, I always share this. Look at the Apple, Samsung, what happened Nokia. So like that, like the mobile phone, you have to upgrade, you have to bring new innovation every time. So you start creating, you are in the game. You can really hang on and you can improve.
Right, and also unlike those days, we noticed that men pay a lot of attention to their clothing and accessories, and sometimes it's very difficult to satisfy them. So being a specialized company for menswear, how challenging it is to cater to this particular segment?
See, we thought women are the most difficult. Now the men are becoming tough, you know. They know what's happened around the world, they know about the fashion, they know about quality, they know what's in trend. They know the 4 seasons, what's happening. Okay, over here it's only 1 season. Now if you look at the international, it's spring, summer, autumn, winter. So it's getting hard. But I'm happy that since we are very serious, we are very focused, we want men to know, because I feel so bad sometimes when men are buying outdated stuff. I always say, you know about mobile phone, you know about vehicles, but about clothes you must keep an eye. So when they wear the wrong clothes, I mean maybe 1 season behind. Right, like you take iPhone 7, iPhone 6, about 5, whatever, right? We know that, right? Yeah. But yet technology changing, the way the suit is done, the fit, the styling, all will tell you which year it is.
Right, so how do you keep in line with those demands and changes in market behavior?
We work with a lot of Italian brands, so that's the big thing we have. We work with Italian suppliers, the best suppliers around the world. So we go meet, we go for seminars. So we visit and see the other big brands. So by seeing that, you learn. So it's not difficult.
Right. And also a few days ago, you launched a perfume brand. How did this come about?
See, I felt okay, there are international big brands. I mean, it's quite expensive. So I felt for my customers are buying those brands. But I thought I can match this international brand. So we made a fantastic line of collection of men's perfume, which will definitely, I would say, go par with, head on with the big brands.
Do you hope to diversify into other areas as well?
Yes, we want to get into. Now we got into. I love to see men are slim. You may buy the best clothes, but if it doesn't fit you, what to use? So we started a cafe. I run a grooming school. We set wardrobes for men. We take care of men's shoes. We teach men how to polish shoes, right, how to maintain shoes. Great. So we are very serious. We really want to see that men become better.
Right. Great. And do you have a favorite designer, and why is that?
There are a few international brands which I follow, and Tom Ford is the one which has really turned the game, the fashion industry. I used to follow him. Okay. But overall, there are a few good brands which I keep an eye on those.
Apart from the successful businessman, a big part of you is the social worker in you, which may be a side that many would not know. What are the charity projects that you are involved in?
See, for this I must thank my parents, who were doing this for many years. I call it many decades. My mother started doing this, helping differently able, and that is disabled children, right? She was doing about 30-40 years ago. I saw it as a kid. I saw how she was doing, not to make mileage, you know, she was doing, it can be anybody, it can be anyone, she goes and she helps. And so she was doing that, helping anyone who disabled, and anyone wants to study, or she helped. My father helped the people who want to study. Right. My mother was running this disabled, differently abled people. So I got into helping schools 10, 12 years ago. So I felt after doing one school, I felt that there are a lot of children, poor children, they don't get opportunity to go to big school because they are poor. Then I went to poor schools and I found education is the one which can bring them up in life. Right. So I went to the school and started seeing, so the issue was they don't have the backing, they don't have the support. So I started helping them. I started a foundation called My Friend along with Angela Matthew. But then people like Santosh Bhatia, like Rosha Mahanama, like people help me like that. Right. So so this has become my part of life. Every day I do this, and anyone who's talented, anyone I see, I say education is the key thing. I tell when people say they no money, so I say how many children there. If I can take the child and push them to come up, that's the key thing, because today nobody can say no job. Today even labor can get 2,000 rupees if you do a good job, right? Yeah. So what I say is the children should be given an opportunity to come up, because if Sri Lanka has to come up into another level, and it's all about education. So we have to give education to every citizen in the country. So I am promoting that, marketing that under the theme of My Friend. I have my own foundation called My Friend. So people help me, people supports, I get fund around, people send me funds. So we help every year over 1,500 children.
Right. So why do you pay such a lot of attention into social work? What does CSR mean to you? What does corporate social responsibility mean to you?
Again, I would say my parents. So I mean, only recently we heard this name CSR, maybe 10, 15 years ago. And I think it became like my passion for me. I like to see children doing something, you know. I like to see children who are neglected, especially broken families, children who are suffering. I don't see that. I want to see every child doing something. So I feel that Sri Lanka is a small country, we are a beautiful country. And if you go to India, Pakistan, Bangladesh is huge, you know. So here, the 20 million people, I mean, there are many organizations. I always say, if each of us can take one child, one kid, and support that kid, right, definitely Sri Lanka can prosper.
Right. Fashion is very competitive. For that matter, any industry is very competitive. So how do you see the level of competition in the local market?
I would say it's going to be tough for everyone. Right. I think when Sri Lanka, now we are already almost opened up, only thing because of the duties, it's not bad now, but there is competition.
Key trends that you've observed in the market?
Yes, we always follow the trend. Last almost 10 years, I think in the men's segment, I think we are the first people to be in that game. Yes. We always try to be the first, and we have our every year we have our fashion shows. We prepare the fashion shows to be ahead.
Right, so you already have over 20 outlets locally and a few outlets in the global market. So how do you hope to expand your network in future?
Yeah, future, I would say we will go more overseas.
It was fabulous talking with you, Mr. Fouzul Hameed, Managing Director Hameedias. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
And we wish you all the very best.